Good afternoon and welcome to Deering High School's Memorial Field for today's boys varsity soccer match. Today, Deering High School welcomes our visitors from Gorham High School. During our pregame presentations today, the Deering High School Athletic Department and the entire Deering High community would like to recognize our senior athletes. While we are waiting for all of our parents and families and friends to gather on the field, Deering High School would also like to acknowledge the student athletes from Gorham High School who have invested themselves in their program. A round of applause for the seniors from Gorham High School. It's time to acknowledge our senior student athletes for their investment in the Deering soccer program and the Deering High School community. Our first senior is Moises Maguzi Ibiu. He's joined today by his family. This is his first year playing soccer at Deering, and after graduation he plans on attending college. Our next senior is Henrique Pires. Our next senior is number 20, Bennett Galen. Joining Bennett today is Mom Amy and his father David. He's been playing soccer at Deering for the last 2 seasons. Plans to study economics or computer science in college next year. Our next senior is number 7, Jano, the Shimiimiye. Joining Jano are his family and friends, a 4-year member of the soccer program. He plans to go to college to study business next year. Our next senior, number 66, Haitham Ramadan. Next senior, wearing number 30, Chandrell Mangala Laza. Our next senior wearing number 19, Sakir El Akash. He's been playing soccer for his entire career at Deering High School, and next year he will be attending SMCC. Next senior wearing number 8, Patricio Moa. Being joined by his family today, a 3-year member of the varsity squad. Plans on attending college to play soccer next year, as well as fulfilling his dream of becoming a professional soccer player. Our next senior, wearing number 12, Narciso Masala. He's joined by his friends Lionel, Enriquez, and Alberto. He's been a 2-year member of the varsity squad, and he plans on attending the University of Maine. Our next senior, wearing number 33, Jasper Ellis. Jasper's joined by his mother, Jess, a 4-year member of the squad here at Deering High School, and after graduation he plans on attending the university to study cyber security. Our next senior, wearing number 4, Devante Prom. He's joined by Adilson, John, Hytham, Patricio, Zeke, and Dave. 4-year member of the soccer program here at Deering High School. He's planning to go to SMCC for 2 years and then transferring to another college to major in business. Our next senior, wearing number 10, Carlos Adriano Buaco. Joined by his brother Lionel, 2 years with the varsity program. He plans to attend college and play sports. He wants to become an engineer. Next senior, one of our captains, wearing number 40, Selda Serven Mukala. Joining Selda are his brothers, a 2-year member of the varsity program. He wants to become an architectural engineer, a designer. And our final senior, wearing number 11, Captain Adilson Vidal. He's joined by Estrella Joao, 4 years in the Deering program. Still undecided about his educational and athletic future, but he can guarantee that it will be something special. Let's have one last round of applause for our senior athletes as they put on the uniform for Deering High School for a home match for the last time this season. Deering High School, Portland Public Schools, and the National High School Federation and the SMAA require officials and athletic administrators to enforce sportsmanship and sporting behaviors. High school athletics are educationally based activities and emphasize positive values. The participants today have worked hard to create a sense of teamwork, respect, responsibility, and a love of the game. We remind everyone that good behavior is expected from everyone on the pitch and in the stands, and misconduct of any kind will not be tolerated. Deering High School and the Portland Public Schools believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion. We support the rights of all student athletes who participate today without being subjected to discrimination or bias. Let today's competition reflect mutual respect among the participants, the coaches, our officials, and fans from both schools. Good luck and have fun and enjoy today's match here at Deering High School. And now let's get to those starting lineups, and we'll begin with the Rams from Gorham High School. Number 2, Jack Luciano. Number 3, Joe Collins. Number 5, Riley Deaver. Number 7, Tyler Matheson. Number 11, Cole Bishop. Number 12, JT Morrell. Number 16, Jacob Lehman. Number 18, Jonah Doucette. Number 19, Miguel Soto Carrasco. Number 21, Peter Wu. And in net for the Gorham Rams, number 27, Nicholas Finney. Gorham's coached by Nick Viola. And now the starting lineups for your Deering High School Rams. Number 7, senior Jano Diashimiye. Number 8, senior Patricio Moa. Number 10, senior Carlos Adriano Muaco. Number 11, captain Adilson Vidal. Number 17, sophomore Ethan Fisher. Number 21, sophomore Alberto Beata. Number 22, sophomore Peter Sargent. Number 30, senior Chandrell Laza. Senior, number 40, Zelda Mukala. Number 66, senior Haitham Ramadan. And defending the net for the Rams tonight, number 55, Ado Mbenza. The Rams are coached by Mr. Joel Costigan. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise and face the south end of our stadium as we play the national anthem.
Welcome everybody to Memorial Stadium, where in today's matchup is between the visiting Gorham Rams and the Deering Rams. Coming into this game, Deering is 8-0-1. Their last game was against Massabesic. They won 8-0. Gorham coming into this game 8-1. Their last game was against Noble. It was a win 9-0. Both of these teams are in the top of the standings. Deering is the number 3 seed and Gorham is the number 5 seed. So for both of these teams, it is very important to win.
Tonight, here at Deering High School, the Purple and White Club got the concession stands open tonight featuring pizza,
It's in the corner to Vidal. Vidal will cross it in, and it's over the net on Deshimier.
Well, get that one out of the way early. But you can't score until you shoot, and so that was just a miss hit and a good golden opportunity. That should let Deering know that they're in a good position here. If they can get it down there that quickly and get a good shot, you never know what's going to happen.
It will be a throw-in for Gorham.
And it's really nice to see, a game that not that any game doesn't mean more than any other game, but this is a huge game.
It's a save by Mbenza. Going to be brought down by Gorham. Deshimier will pressure the ball. Will be kicked up. It's going to be kicked into the corner. Gorham still threatening. Moa will finally kick it out.
That almost looked like the Karate Kid with his arms up in the air and kicking with the opposite foot. Oh, nice back foot.
Bayada gets the ball, and they get it up to Vidal. And it's taken away by Matheson, and it's going to be kicked out of bounds. It's going to be offsides by JT Morrill.
Well, and Deering needs to be careful because next time they may time it just right. Very fortunate.
It's going to be a free kick for Deering, taken by Mawako. It's going to be kicked by Vidal, taking the ball away. Vidal will get it. And it's going to be a throw-in for Gorham. Be played backwards. Out wide to Deaver. And it's going to be another offsides. That was Joe Cohen. Moa will get it to Vidal.
Yeah, and Moa saved that because the Gorham player anticipated the pass, and Moa hustled and got the ball back.
It's going to be played backwards.
Oh.
Moa will get it out wide to Laza, and Laza has it taken away. Bayada's there to keep it for Deshimier. Deering still keeps possession. Moa can't get it out to Laza.
And that shows you the depth of Deering. If there's an errant pass, there always seems to be a Deering player in the way to keep it going backwards, and then they can move it forwards.
Ramadan will get it to the Vidal. Vidal will go backwards to Sargent. Out wide to Laza. Laza, and it's going to be kicked out of bounds for a corner. So the first corner of the game goes to Deering.
And Darren's been pretty good on corner kicks this season, so let's see what they set up here.
It's a short Vidal. Moa will cross it in, and it's over the head of Mawako.
And you know, I think that was the right play because you wanted to have a better angle because Gorham has a lot of tall players in there. And if you're thinking of trying to head it in, it's going to be a difficult proposition. So I think the angle was a better angle. Try to go straight in.
It's going to be Bishop crossing it in. And Mbenza is there to get Deering out of trouble.
Well, and the important thing there was no rebound because Gorham had numbers in front.
And DeChimier almost getting the ball back for Deering. Going to be out wide to Duchette. And Moa will take the ball away. Get it out to Laza. It's going to be crossed in and kicked away. It'll be a throw-in for Deering. Ramadan. And it will be off of Duchette.
And I'm sure, you know, a big production company like ESPN would be able to keep track of the number of touches each team has in a game. And when you see two quality teams like this,
Ramadan in the corner will cross it in, and it's into the arms of Finney.
yeah, and two very, very well playing teams. You can see the number of passes and the number of touches to move the ball in each direction is really, really good. Shows the talent level.
It's going to be a throw-in for Deering. It's going to be booted up the field. Vidal will get to it, stop, and the first touch was off. That ball had a huge bounce.
Well, and then the Gorham player booted it hard out of bounds. It, you know, from here, it almost looked like it was going on net.
So Patricio Moa is taking the corner.
Looks like they're going to go direct this time.
It's going to be in there and just over the head of Mawako. No, that was Laza. Moa will switch sides of the field. Payada
Now
can't get it out.
Gorham putting the pressure on. You can hear the Gorham coach.
Just under 29 and a half minutes left to go in this first half. It's 0-0. And Vidal, another miscue on Gorham. Vidal and can't save it from going out of bounds, so it'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, and he wasn't quite sure if that was going to be off him or off Gorham, so you might as well just attempt the kick.
So Nicholas Finney will take the goal kick. DeChimier will boot it out of bounds. Fisher will keep it for Deering. Moa will get it to DeChimier. Sargent will bring it down to Fisher. Bayada will get it to Sargent. Moa.
Nice ball control.
And it's hit high in the air. And it's going to be a throw-in for Deering. And it's a Vidal. And it's going to be a save by Finney. And it was incidental contact, according to the ref. DeChimier, it's Laza, and it's not a trip. Bayada will stop.
Well, and it's sort of evident that the referees, knowing the importance of this game and how good these players are, is being a little graceful on the calls. You know, not that they're not supposed to be, but
it's going to be saved. It's going to be booted up towards Bishop. And it's going to be kicked out of bounds by Moncala.
and I'm not sure, but here we are with 26 minutes left to go in this first half. Is that the first sub by either team?
I believe it is.
Wow. I mean, normally by now you'll have seen a number of subs come in, but they're really sticking with their main players right now.
Vidal will get a piece of that. It still ends up to Duchette. And the pass intended for Morrill is just too far in front, so it'll be a throw-in for Deering. Sargent will kick it off of JT Morrill for another Deering throw-in. It's going to be booted up the field, but we'll be right back to Moncala. The Chimier, and it's taken away. It's going to be another long, and Bayada will get it to Moncala. Moncala will boot it down the field, and it's going to be played by Finney in the 18-yard box.
Well, you know, that is one of those kicks that, you know, wasn't kicked to anybody, but it was a kick to kind of even out the field, allow the Deering players to get back on defense.
And it's taken away by Ramadan. Vidal tracks back, gets it to Sargent. Sargent out to Ramadan. Ramadan will get to it. It's the Chimier.
Oh, that was the touch. Just the Gorham player just got enough of it.
Vidal will stay on sides. And it's going to knuckle a little bit, but Nicholas Finning will track it down. .50 ball is was a high kick, but nothing called.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The referees are being a little gracious on the calls.
Taken away by Deering. It's out to Fisher, to Sargent. Sargent boots it up the field, and it's headed out of bounds by Duchette. Sargent to Vidal. Vidal will cross sides of the field. The Chimier can't bring it down. Nice play by Carrasco. Gets it out to Morrill. Morrill will take a shot, but Mbenza is there to get the save.
Well, and Gorham had a player in position in case it was a rebound.
And it's going to be a foul on Jack Luciano. That's the first whistle of the game. And that comes at the just with over 22 minutes left to go in this first half.
Well, you got to kind of figure the player was going at full speed.
It's going to be brought down. It's Carrasco will boot it up the field. And Moncala can't get it to a Deering foot. Moncala will get to it and get it to Moa.
Nice pass.
And it's taken away. And it's almost misplayed by Ado Mbenza.
He's been really good in goal, so
Sargent will win the 50-50 for Deering, and it's not enough speed to get to Ramadan, so it'll be a turnover. Mwako, and it's going to be watched by Moncala. So Deering will get a throw in. Fisher will get it to Moa. It's out wide to Ramadan. Ramadan can't get it out wide, so it'll be a turnover. And Mwako will get the ball back for Deering. It's out wide to Laza.
Yeah, Deering's just been a little short on that passes.
And it's booted up the field.
And Gorham's been taking advantage of that with the anticipation on those passes not being crisp. So Deering just needs to just pick it up a little bit on hitting the ball to another player.
And so Fisher tried to get it out to Laza, and it was way over Laza's head. A little over 19 minutes left to go in this first half. Deering will get another throw in. It's to Fisher. Fisher will get the ball back. And they'll keep the ball away. Will be booted up by Mbenza. Laza has to kick it back to Bayada. And it's going to roll out of bounds.
Just a reminder that the Deering Purple and White concession stands are open this evening. Again, the Deering Purple and White concession stand is open this evening. Thank you.
Laza is going to be called foul. So both teams have their first foul. And it's going to be a free kick situation with 18 minutes.
Could be dangerous, boys. So,
and it's over the net. That was number 7, Tyler Matheson, with the header over the net. It's a quick kick to Ramadan. Vidal will get it to Moa. And it's an attempted pass to Ramadan is intercepted. Vidal will... And a nice move by Adelson Vidal. He gets it, and it's off the head of Peter Wu into the arms of Nicholas Finney. And that was intended to Jeannot Deschimier.
and it is amazing when you hit the ball off your head and what direction it's going to go. And fortunately for Gorham, it went in the direction of the goalie and not in the direction of the Deering player. And, you know, we're talking slight.
And the pass intended for Hytham Ramadan is intercepted by Nicholas Finney. Bayada.
Ooh.
And it's off of Bayada on the attempted boot down the field. And Fisher will slide to get the ball out of bounds. And it can't be saved by Alberto Bayada. And it can't. Ramadan will kick it up the field. It's not out just yet. And it'll be watched going out of bounds by Ado Mbenza. Just under 15 minutes to go in this first half. Scoreline is 0-0. It's a challenge won by Gorham. And it's going to be kept in bounds by Moncala. And it's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play. Make sure you kick it off the opposing player for a goal kick. Heads up play.
Moa will get it. Can't get it to Deschimier. And it's going to be out to Limbera. Bayada is there to kick it out of bounds with Henderson pressuring. And we're going to get some subs.
2 for Deering, 3 for Gorham.
13 and a half minutes left to go in this first half.
Number 11, Cole Bishop. Number 19, Miguel Carrasco. Entering the match for Deering High School, number 3, Avery Varsity Lawrence. Number 6, Odison Abdallah.
Vidal will get it, and he runs right into a wall.
Literally.
It was Tyler Matheson taking the ball away. Bayada's there. Get it up to Ramadan. Get it to Vidal. To Bayada.
Oh, and at this point, Gorham has flipped the field, and they are starting to put some pressure on Deering.
It's going to be booted to Bayada. Bayada kicks it off of Carrasco. So Gorham will get the ball. Sargent tracks back and forces the turnover. And it's going to be a throw-in for Deering with just over 12 minutes left to go in this first half.
Yeah, Deering's got to take this game back.
And it's going to be a throw-in for Gorham. It's going to be kicked out of bounds by Deering with 11 and a half minutes left to go in the half. It's going to be booted up the field. It's not out just yet. To Matheson. And it's over the head of Zanetti. Deering not out of trouble just yet. Moa will get it to Fisher, back to Moa. Vidal.
Great block out.
We'll get it out wide.
Oh,
Lawrence, but Lawrence gets the ball taken away. Lawrence tracks back and gets it to Moa.
Well, and this is when you're playing against a really good team. Trying to get it into the middle is going to be difficult because you're always going to have a player right there next to you. Trying to get it past them is going to be tough. That goes for both teams.
Sargent pressuring. And a soft touch to Ramadan. Ramadan will use his speed to keep it. Vidal to Moa. Moa will miss hit. And it's going to be a free kick for Deering. It's quick. Moa can't get it.
I mean, that was the right play, but the Deering players got to figure out that they're not going to be able to get it through.
And Deering's going to get a prime free kick just outside the 18-yard box.
Yeah. So Darren's got to know that there's always going to be someone in front of them. And once they could clean that up just a little bit, they're going to be in good shape.
And so Deering's going to run their play, 2 players on either side of the ball, and 1 player behind it. This time it's off the back of Cohen.
Yeah, and that's what I was just talking about. Gorham's always going to have a player right in front of them, and they just got to get the ball somewhere where they can get the pass in.
Bayada will win the 50-50 ball. Moa has to track back. It's misplayed, but Moa will get it to the other side of the field. And it gets to Cohen, but Cohen misplays it. So Deering able to get back. And it's booted away by Moako.
And that was fortunate. Fortunate for Darren, unfortunate for Gorham.
It's going to be out wide to Gustavo Zignetti, but it's out of bounds. Just over 7 minutes to go in this half. Tied 0-0. And it was misplayed. But Deering got it up the field. It's played to Duchette. Moncala is there to get it to Ramadan. Ramadan will use his speed to get it into the corner. It's kept in. Ramadan will cross it in. And it's just out of the reach. Deering will keep it in. Ramadan can't get to it. Vidal. And it's taken away by Cohen. And out of bounds on Deering. And that player, Abdallah, was the one that was in the 18-yard box that it was just behind.
Yeah, just that's one of those plays you're going to look back on and think, you know, how close that was just being on the wrong side of the ball.
So wide to Laza. Laza will get to the corner. Stop. Get it to Sargent. It's in the middle of the field to Deshimier. Deshimier has to track back, and it's taken away. But Deering will get the ball right back. Laza, and it's taken away, booted up the field by Luciano. Laza will pass it back to Bayada. It's off of Deshimier to Laza. Laza will cross it in there, but a save by Finney. And Gorham will quickly get up the field.
And as a goalie, you want those nice, easy catches.
Taken quickly. Ramadan will track back and get the ball away. Stays inbounds. It gets to Matheson. Matheson will kick it into the 18-yard box. Gorham will keep it. And Sargent will take the ball away and get it up to Vidal. Vidal will pass it back to Moako. Fisher can't get it out wide to Laza. Moa will get it out wide to Laza. Laza will use his speed, and it's an easy save by Finney. Quickly up to Zagnetti. Moako will kick it backwards to Mbenza, and he's put it up the field. Bayada will keep it from going any further. It's taken away from Laza. It's Bishop, and Bishop can't get it into anybody. Quickly taken to Ramadan. Ramadan will get it to Vidal. Vidal will cross it in. And Deshimier still. And it's kicked away by Deaver.
And you could hear the collective holding of breaths here on the Deering side as that ball went in.
Under 2 minutes to go in this first half.
The best opportunity by either team. Well, that should let them know that they have the ability to put one in.
It's taken away by Moa. Moa will stop. And was intended for Ramadan, but Vidal will get to it. Deshimier will be called for over the back.
Yeah, that was a little dangerous.
1 minute to play in the half. The free kick is going to be taken by Peter Wu.
Got to be careful, guys.
It's booted. And just over the net, that was Tyler Matheson. And it'll be a goal kick with 30 seconds left in this half. Sargent, Bayada. Bayada will kick it up. And it's going to be a free kick with 13 seconds. Wu will take it. And it's going to be kicked away. And the horn will sound for the halftime. And it's a 0-0 scoreline in this top-seeded battle.
Well, and it's certainly not for lack of trying. Both teams are, as you gave the standings of where they are, at the top of the league, and you can see how well these two teams are. The passing, fantastic game so far. It's not exciting, if two teams put up 5 goals or 6 goals each. But, every once in a while you need to have a game that, a lot of oohs and ahs in the crowd tonight, and that speaks volumes.
And both of these teams want to win, and you can see that with their defense and offense. And there's a lot of communication by each coach telling the players where to pass it and who's open and players behind. And it's going to be one of those games where whoever scores first is probably going to win.
Yeah, I mean, and it's going to just take one of those passes that you go, that's a professional pass. Because it's been difficult for these guys to get the ball past each other in a lot of instances. And it's just going to take that one miracle pass and a nice shot on goal, and someone's going to score. And like you said, Seth, I mean, we could see a 0-0 game here, but we could also see a 1-0 game either way.
And so at the end of the half, it's Deering 0, Gorham 0, and we'll be back for second half action. And we're back for the start of the second half.
And I can only imagine what was drawn up by both teams, because it's got to be top secret information, because something's got to give here.
It's going to be kicked back by Luciano. So booted up the field. Cohen. And it's kicked out of bounds by Bayada. Back to Wu. Crossing the sides of the field to Duchette. And it's kicked away out of bounds by Mawako. Will be another Gorham throw-in. Lawrence. Get it to Moa. It's booted up by Moncala. And out of bounds on Gorham. Fisher will kick it out of bounds. Fisher will be in the right place, but it's still Gorham ball.
And Gorham was fortunate they kept control of that, because their own player knocked the ball away from their own player.
It's going to be taken away by Mawako. Shimier will get to it.
After a couple of spins. That was pretty
wide
good.
to Laza. Vidal to Laza. Crosses it in. And Wu will head it out. Laza with a challenge. And Bayada will watch it go out of bounds for a Deering throw-in. Misplayed. Mawako will kick it backwards.
Oh, nice header.
It's up to Ramadan. Ramadan will kick it over and keep it. Getting pressured by 3 Gorham players. And it's going to be kicked up to Duchette. Moncala will, with the hustle, to give Deering a throw-in.
And that's what it's going to take for this Darren team. I mean, they really have to play flawless soccer at this point. And another foul on a throw-in.
Yeah, his back foot came up. It's in one of those rules where you have to have both hands over your head, both feet on the ground. Bayada is headed down the field by Deaver.
Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, there we go.
It's up to Deshimier, and he can't get around the defender.
Well, that was a great try. He was trying to pop it over him.
To the other side of the field, it's to Morrill, and Morrill is going to get fouled. So JT Morrill will take the free kick. And it's just by Jacob Lehman. And it's off of Deering for a corner. This will be the first corner for Gorham with 34 minutes and 45 seconds. It's going to be taken by Bishop. And it's in. That was Jacob Lehman with the goal with 34 on the clock.
Well, and that's one of those things that I spoke about earlier. The thing about this Gorham team is they have height, and they really showed it there. Not saying Deering doesn't have height, but I think they're playing a team with a lot of tall players in the box. Now Deering really has to be careful because Gorham's playing with house money with a 1-0 lead, and they can be a little bit more risk-taking on the offensive side.
It's up to Ramadan, and it's over. And a prime opportunity by Haitham Ramadan. It's played quickly.
Gorham's goal, scored with 5 minutes and 16 seconds expired. Scorer number 16, Jacob Lehman. Entering the match for Gorham is number 8, Ethan Homa.
Well, if he had to do it all over again, he probably would have taken a deep breath, and he had a little bit of time that he could have done that, but we see it on all levels, all the way up to Premier League. Guy gets an open shot like that and he roofs it. So it's not anything that doesn't happen generally in one game or another.
Moa, stop. Get it to, and it's offsides by Ramadan.
But you do know that the next time he has an opportunity like that, he'll probably net it.
Just over 32 minutes to go in this game. It will be a throw-in for Gorham. It's out to Deaver. And Laza is there to intercept it. To Moa. It's going to be long to Laza. Laza will get there. Stop. It's to Moa. Moa. It's kept by Deering. Bayada. Bayada will keep it for Deering. And it's Bayada will attempt to cross it in there. It's just a high kick. Vidal. It's out wide to Laza. And it's roofed
Oh no.
by Hytham Ramadan. So Deering's best chance comes with just over 30 and a half minutes left to go in this game.
And I have to tell you, the fans on this side, on the Deering side, jumped as he kicked the ball and then sat back down like, oh no. And, you know, the Deering player, a little frustrated, and you could see it by hitting the side of the goalpost in frustration. But things happen so fast down there.
It's out to Laza. And Laza will get there, but it will be kicked out of bounds.
Well, at this point, with a couple of good, decent attempts, Darren knows they are capable of tying this game up. You know, it may take another try or two, but they are very capable of tying this game up. And they see that they can do it. Their hustle level has definitely gone up.
Vidal will stop, and he'll cross it to Ramadan, and it will roll out of bounds for a goal kick with 29 minutes left to go in this game. It's taken away. Vidal will track back, can't keep it. Laza.
Oh,
will
nice
keep it in.
footwork. Oh, beautiful.
And Laza will keep it for Deering. Bayada will, and it's kicked out of bounds by Henderson.
Boy, I'll tell you, you know, we are seeing some extraordinary footwork and determination by Deering right now.
It's going to go out of bounds.
I mean, the goal that they gave up on a corner kick doesn't speak for the volume that this team has been playing.
And it's Moncala intercepting the pass up to Vidal. Laza. And it's going to be a Deering throw-in. Laza, get it to Sargent. Moa will bring it down. Ramadan can't get to it. And it's going to be out wide.
Oh, nice back foot. But no one there for Deering to get the ball.
Hama. And he to Sargent. Sargent boots it up the field. And it's misplayed. Laza will. And it still Vidal. And it's taken away. Bayada got it to Sargent. To Moa.
Watch out behind you. There we go.
And it's going to be kicked out of bounds by Henderson.
And you can hear the fans clapping. They see how hard this Daring team is playing. Trying to give them some more encouragement. They are really playing very hard.
And it's going to be Finney there to get the ball. And that was off of Hama.
Returning for your Rams. Number 3, Avery, Varsity, Lawrence.
Sargent to Moa. Moa will cross it in. Booted up the field. Moa will get to it. Ramadan can't keep it for Deering. It's going to go out of bounds for a Deering throw-in. Moa will... And it wasn't called a handball. And Benza will get it out wide to Lawrence. Lawrence will get it to Bayada. And it's going to be cross fields to Bishop. Bishop. And the cross is going to roll out of bounds for a Deering throw-in. With 24 minutes left to go in this game. Gorham up 1-0 over Deering. It's going to get to Sargent. Sargent can't get it to... It's going to be a long shot by Tyler Matheson.
Off the football goal post. And we've seen a few of those again this year in the NFL.
It's going to be... Put it up the field. Vidal can't get to it. Ramadan will bring it down. And it was called offsides. It's going to be taken quickly. So Deering getting an offsides.
Well, they should know now that the ball can go in the net. So now it's just making sure they get one that's onside.
Moncala. Ramadan. And it's kicked out of bounds. Sargent. Got it to Moncala. Up to Ramadan. Bayada. And it's headed away. And just out of the reach. And it's a throw-in violation with 21 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. It's going to be in the corner to Duver. No man's land. Moa will get to it. It's to Morrill. Morrill will kick it to Benza. Benza takes it quickly to Ramadan, to Vidal. Moa in space to Vidal. Vidal will take it, and it's going to go over the net. Gorham still leading 1-0 with just over 20 minutes to go. Vidal will get it to, and it's a nice track back by the goal scorer, Jacob Lehman. Fisher to Bayada. Bayada misplays it. Will keep it. Moncala. Laza can't get the ball, but Deering will keep possession. Sargent will bring it down. Out wide to Laza. And it's going to be out of bounds for a Gorham throw-in. It will be an easy catch by Mbenza.
And the pace has picked up frantically.
Ramadan will get to it, cross it in, and it's going to be a corner for Deering.
All right, well, let's see what Deering can do in that corner attempt.
It's going to be taken by Patricio Moa. It's a high kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. With 18:20 left on the clock.
Entering the match for Gorham, number 1, Cole Smith. And returning for Deering, Jano Deishimiye.
It's going to be Sargent getting it to Moa. Moa tries to get it out wide to Vidal. And it's a throw-in. Now Deering will get back up the field. Vidal will get the ball taken away. So to Sargent. Sargent gets it to Fisher. Up to Deschimier. Moa out wide to Laza. Laza crosses it, but it's right to Nicholas Finney with 17 minutes left to go. Bayada will take it down. Getting it to Laza. Laza will keep it in. Laza will cross it in. Ramadan will get it out wide. Ramadan, and that's going to force a corner. Patricio Moa will take it. It's going to be taken quickly. Vidal will get it to Moa. Back to Vidal. Vidal, and it's a great save by Nicholas Finney.
Well, the effort level has gone up 1,000% here.
It's crossed in. And it's going to be saved by Finney. It was Carlos Mawako with the shot, but it was right off of a Gorham player. It's going to be into the corner by Morrill. Taken away by McCullough. Up to Laza. Laza still going. And it's finally taken away. It's to Morrill. Morrill will just boot it towards the goal. Sargent, get it to Moa. Moa to Vidal. Vidal can't get the first touch.
Yeah, unfortunate. He tried to deaden the ball off the top of his toes and just kept rolling.
It's a high kick. Lazo will, and it's going to be a throw-in for Gorham. Thirteen and a half minutes left to go in this game. Fisher will get the ball back for Deering. It's misplayed. Hit back to Mawako. Mawako will kick it all the way up. And it's going to be a turnover. Be taken down. Sargent will take it to Moa. Moa will get it out, try to get it out wide for Laza. Morrill, but Bayada will track it and get the ball back for Deering. Moa will keep the ball for Deering. Chimier to Bayada. Laza can't kick it to DeChimier. With just under 12 and a half minutes left to go. It's kicked up the field towards Vidal. DeChimier can't get it. Kicked up high. Taken down by Deering. Bayada to Fisher. And the crowd is now starting to chant "Let's go Deering."
And the building is shaking.
Laza can't get it by the defender. We'll get it to Bayada, to Sargent, and nice track back by Moncala, and Moncala's down. He's going to get up and boot it up the field.
Sorry, fans. I'm trying to track this ball.
And the ref will blow the whistle. And that's Seldom Moncala that's down, and we'll take a timeout as the trainer tends to him. And we're back. And Seldom Moncala is limping a little, but made a terrific play to get that ball down the field, even while still injured.
Yeah, he was holding his thigh, so I'm not sure if he got a Chalias or what. It looks like it's the front, so it's not the hamstring.
It's going to be a throw-in for Gorham with 10 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. It's going to switch sides of the field. Ramadan will get it back to the middle of the field. Moa to Vidal. And it's up to Deshimier, and it's and that was Patricio Moa getting fouled. So Deering, with just over 10 minutes left to go in this game, is going to have a prime free kick.
Yeah, an understatement to say that this is probably the biggest free kick of the night so far.
Vidal and Fisher will be behind the ball. Vidal, and it's going to deflect for a corner.
Well, and the thing for the goalie, too, is the goalie needs to keep a good eye on the ball, because that deflection could go in.
And number 40, Zelda Bukala.
Just over 9 minutes to go. It's going to be and headed away. Deering's got to get back. Vidal will track back, and Deering will get to the ball. But it's a turnover. It's in on the end line, and it's going to be a throw-in for Gorham.
It looks like Gorham at this point is content with trying to run some time off the clock, switching out players throwing the ball in.
And miscommunication, but Deering gets it out. It's up to Mbamba. Gets it to Vidal. Out wide to Ramadan. Back to Vidal. Vidal keeps it. Moa. Fisher, Bayada, out wide to Laza. Laza will cross it in, and just over the head of Ramadan. And kicked out of bounds by Vidal with 7.5 minutes left to go. And it's kicked up to Morrill. And Moncala will kick it out of bounds.
Returning for Gorham, number 3, Joe Cowan. And number 23, Graham Henderson. Returning for Deering, number 7, Dino Diashimiye.
6 minutes and 45 seconds.
And Gorham taking that time to get the ball.
It's in the corner. Going to be taken away by Moncala to Sargent. And you could hear the coach saying to keep the ball on the ground. It's booted up.
Yeah, a lot of those crisp passes that were on the ground, Darren's trying to move the ball through the air, and that's never going to work. Well, I shouldn't say never. Never's a pretty strong word. But it doesn't generally work because you give the opposing team an opportunity to head the ball and take it away from you.
It's booted out of bounds for a Deering throw-in. Five minutes and 15 seconds left to go.
You know, and at this point, Gorham's content with just booting it however hard they can down the field.
Moa will shoot it. And it's going to be a goal kick with just under 5 minutes left to go in this game. Gorham up 1-0. Up to Mbamba, and it will be kicked. It's out wide, and it's going to be picked up by Mbenza. And it's going to be a high kick by Ramadan with just under 4 minutes to go. It's going to be booted down the field. Ramadan will kick it up the field. It's going to go out of bounds.
Well, now's as good a time as any, boys, to score a goal.
Bamba will keep it for Deering. And on the... It's to Ramadan. It's a little too far out in front. It's kept in by Cohen. Bayada. Get it up to Fisher. To Moa. Out wide to Fisher. Alakash. And it'll be kicked down the field with 2.5 minutes to go.
Oh,
And a nice play by Moncala.
that could have gone sideways right there.
And it's a turnover kept by Deering. DeChimier will get it to Vidal. And it was off of Wu. DeChimier, Bayada, back to DeChimier. And Deering. Deering trying to get back. Fisher will slide tackle. And it's going to be a corner with 1.5 minutes to go.
And you can see the Deering goalie going to place the ball so that the ref can tell Gorham to hustle up.
The clock has stopped. Clock will start again. DeChimier.
And at this point, Gorham had only one player in the box because they want to be prepared defensively for what Deering's going to bring back up the field.
DeChimier will get it to Moa. Moa back to DeChimier to Alakash. And it was a shot with 1 minute to go. And someone's got to pressure the goalie.
Yeah, I mean, he's under no obligation to pick it up, right?
And they're going to be content with just kicking it down the field.
I mean, it's a live ball wherever it is.
Bayada tracks back, but Deering can't keep it. 30 seconds left to go. Vidal is in!
Oh, my
Deering! What a goal!
Oh, look at him celebrate!
Adelson Vidal with the tying goal with 23 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, wait a minute. I think Mom's on the field. I think Mom's on the field. Oh, I think that's okay, Mom. Whoa! Holy moly!
And what a goal!
Oh, my God. Whoa! And these fans are going full of excitement. And, you know, the Gorham players are like, you know, people running on the field to celebrate. And, I mean,
And it's going to be a yellow card.
for celebration. I mean, what are they, I mean, you can't, can they give them a penalty kick for that? I don't know. But they got a yellow card for fans celebrating on the field. And we're not going to say that one was on Mom, but Mom was happy.
20 seconds left. Deering,
Oh, boys.
it's going to be booted up the field. And time will run down 2-1. And that's the end of the second half. And so we'll get 5 more minutes put on the clock for overtime, and Deering with a great goal at the end of this game.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I mean, they had been around the net all night long. And, I mean, what a roundhouse kick that was for a goal. I mean, unbelievable.
And so the goal by Adelson Vidal ties things up at 1 apiece between Gorham and Deering. And we'll be back for the first overtime. And here we go for the start of the first overtime. And it's going to be a foul on Deering.
So it looks like the refs are going to be sorry about that. Looks like the refs are going to play a little bit of tighter calling in this overtime.
Peter Wu
taking his time. Clock is running.
It's going to be headed back to
Ooh. Oh.
Benza. Benza gets it up quickly.
Oh, my goodness.
To Ramadan. Moa. No, that's Deshimier. Gets to Sargent. To Fisher. Out wide to Ramadan. Vidal. Will cross it in. Deflects. Sargent is there to deflect the ball. Moncala getting it to Vidal.
Oh.
Vidal. And it deflects. It's kicked out of bounds by Duchetti. Ramadan. Get it to Vidal. Out wide to Ramadan. Ramadan. And it's a corner. No, it's going to be a goal kick.
Well, Darren with the first opportunity here.
Just under 3 minutes to go in this first overtime. It's going to be intercepted by Bayada.
Well, and I'll have to say that got a good feeling about this one with Darren coming back and scoring that goal with 30 seconds left to go. I think they got momentum on their side here. And so far,
Deshimier will get a foul on the challenge.
And so far, they've put on the pressure.
Two minutes to go in the first overtime. It's misplayed. Darren can't get it out. And it's a save by Mbenza.
Well, when you need someone to step up on your team, you couldn't ask for a better player than your goalkeeper.
Bayada will get it up.
Well, golden opportunity right there for Gorham.
And it's a save by Mbenza. And they'll get it up. Can't be taken down by Bamba. 1 minute to go in the first overtime. And it's going to be a foul with 45 seconds left to
and
go.
a yellow card. Is that a yellow card? It's a yellow card for delay a game, I think.
And that was on Jeannot Dechimier.
Yeah, that you can't be doing that. Not this late in the match. The foul's already been called. Just give him the ball and let's go.
And the clock was stopped. And we'll get some substitutions.
And you can hear the Gorham coach telling the player with the yellow card to get off the field. They want to get going here.
It's going to not be out just yet. And it's going to be a corner with 30 seconds to go. It's going to have to be taken quickly for Gorham. It's going to be taken by Cole Bishop. 20 seconds to go. It's going to be kicked away. Ben. And it's going to be a dangerous kick. And the clock will sound for the end of the first overtime. And it will be a 2-minute intermission. And it looked like nothing came out of that kick. And so we'll take a break, and we'll be back for the second overtime. And we're back.
And you can hear the Daring side cheering as Daring gets back out on the field. All right, so now let's see what happens.
There's only 3 outcomes. Daring wins, Gorham wins, or it's a tie.
But I think the fans watching at home will also win because this has been a great game. This really has. The referees have let them play a little bit, and we've seen some really good soccer.
It's going to be headed by Fisher.
But for any of you watching overseas on our YouTube channel, this has been very good football.
And it can't be kept by Ramadan. Bayada will take the ball away. Get it to Vidal. Vidal will get it up to Ramadan. Ramadan. And the shot is saved by Finney with 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in this game. Taken away by Mwako. Misplayed by Bayada. And can't be saved by Cohen. It's going to be to Vidal. Vidal will keep it, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Vidal. Bayada. And it's going to be a long, and it's misplayed by Mwako. And it's no penalty. Deering is lucky.
Wow.
It's going to be to Moa. Misplayed. but it'll be kicked up the field out to Cohen. And it's off the post. It's out wide to Deshimier. Moa will get it to the corner. It's in and over and it's going to be a corner, but Vidal had a prime opportunity with 2 minutes left on the clock to win this for Deering. Patricio Moa will take the corner. And it was punched away. Deering's got to get back up the field. And it's going to go out of bounds. That was to JT Morrill.
And it looked like it was going to be offsides. And I think people thought it was offsides. But fortunately, the ball went away from the net. Well, we got a last final drive here, possibly.
It'll be kicked up the field. 1 minute to go. Can Deering get any last-minute heroics?
Well, both teams have had a golden opportunity.
Vidal will take it down. And it's going to be kicked out of bounds with 40 seconds left to go. It's going to be kicked out of bounds again. 25 seconds. Ramadan will be kicked out of bounds. 13 seconds to go.
Got to boot it in. Got to boot it in.
Ramadan. And it's going to be the end of the game. And so Deering and Gorham will be tied at 1-1.
Well, and I do have to say that the referees were very liberal tonight with their calls. They were very loose, and that easily could have been a foul in the box, but on the other end, it also could have been a foul in the box. And so I think, it kind of equaled itself out, and the refs didn't play a part in the decision in this game. So good for them, because I know many times people will say it's about the players and not the refs, and the refs let the players play. So kudos to them.
And both teams played hard in this game, and Deering with a last-minute goal to send it into overtime. It's one of those things where both of these teams might meet in the playoffs again.
Well, and you couldn't ask for a better game. I mean, I think both you and I are fortunate that we were able to make this game tonight to film it, because, as you said, these teams could face each other somewhere down the playoff line. And what a great game.
And so at the end of this one, Deering will move to 8-0-2. Gorham will move to 8-1-1. And this game ended in a 1-1 tie, saying so long. This has been a production of WPPS TV3 Portland Public Schools, saying good night.
And thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy.